Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football, continuing to take a look at the next week's slate, heading down to the ACC for some Thursday night action. Virginia heading on the road to play a Louisville team that, when I look at what people are saying about this Cardinals team, the narrative is always trying to explain why this team isn't a legit top 15 team in the country. And when you look at what they're doing on the football field, this is just a really good team. And you look at the scope of the ACC, and this is the second best team in the ACC, no doubt in my mind. And Florida State, quite frankly, should have their eyes on this Louisville team playing elite defense, running the football extremely well. This team's firing me up. I'm really excited to see what Coach Brohm can do to finish out the season. Now, before we get into the matchup, talk about some key matchups, some key numbers, just want to say thank you to you guys. The support you guys have shown for all of these game breakdowns truly does mean a lot. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. More importantly, and the best part about doing this, hearing from you guys. Let me hear your picks, predictions, keys to the game in the comment section below, and we'll chop it up there. Without further ado, let's get into this. And I want to start with this Louisville defense. And again, the narrative was heading into the season that this offense was going to be, and this offense has been fine. Like, it's been a solid offense. There's a reason they only have one loss on the schedule, but this defense has been so dominant, not only the last 2 weeks, but all year. If you follow this Louisville team, they were winning some football games. NC State on the road on the back of an elite defense. Only 18.4 points per game given up, 17th in the country, 4.8 yards per play. That's 23rd in the country. The last 2 weeks against quality opponents in Virginia Tech and Duke, 3 total points given up. Virginia Tech only gained 140 yards total on Saturday. That's less than what Isaac Guerrero ran for on 11 carries. This Cardinals defense has been dominant, and you look at what's giving them success and watching back some games and some film, it starts with how good they are against the run. They are the 10th best team, only allowing 3 yards per carry. And when you can win against the run, get teams behind the chains, that's when a defense really starts to get after. And that's exactly what Louisville does. And that's their recipe, right? We're going to stop the run on first and second down and then turn it up. Louisville, an elite pass rush with guys like Ashton Gelati, Stevan Heron. And then in the back end, it's been elite. 55% completion percentage giving up to opposing quarterbacks. That's number 7 in the country. Elite against the run, elite against the pass, and they're getting after the quarterback. And so you look at this team on defense, they kind of check all the boxes of what it is to be an elite defensive unit. And you look at Virginia and what they struggle with on offense, it seems like a perfect storm for the Louisville Cardinals defense to have another elite showing, right? What does Virginia struggle with the most? 2.8 yards per carry. That's 123rd in the country. This Virginia offense hasn't been very good all year, but where they've really struggled is getting any sort of semblance against the run. And it's really hard to see them having much success against the Louisville defense that has been elite against the run, against teams who can run the ball pretty well. Duke, Notre Dame completely shutting those teams out. And what's given Virginia the biggest amount of struggle is not winning on first and second down with the run game, getting into those third and long situations, and they really struggle to pass protect, allowing a 9.38% sack rate. That is 113th in the country. Now, what does Virginia do kind of well on offense? They got a young quarterback in Anthony Calandria, who is, if you've watched him, he's just exciting to watch. Does he make some true freshman mistakes? He's a true freshman. Yeah, sure he does, but he is a gamer. He can use his legs. He rips it all around the yard. He's exciting to watch, and they got a true freshman at wide receiver, Malik Washington, 79 catches for 1,044 yards. They have some playmakers to make plays down the field, but what you're looking for this Louisville defense, stopping the run against an offense that really hasn't been able to get anything going on the ground, and then pinning those ears back and getting after a Virginia offensive line that has really struggled in pass protection. This seems to be, on paper at least, a massive mismatch, and I might as well add, Louisville, especially on the defensive side of the ball, has been elite at home. So you're looking at Cardinal Stadium Thursday night with a top 15 team. It's going to be rowdy. You might have a true freshman quarterback. Louisville's defense, I think, is going to be licking their chops here, quite frankly, in this matchup. Now, flipping sides, this Virginia defense has really struggled, especially against the rush. They're allowing 35 points per game. That's 120th in the country. Specifically, 4.9 yards per carry. That's 114th. And you look at what Louisville has done really, really well the last couple of weeks mean, they're running the football. And it was, for the longest time, it was Jawar Jordan, right? Jawar Jordan has been one of, if not the best running back in the ACC, dealing with some injuries. Transfer Isaac Rendo comes in 11 carries for $146, 13.3 yards per carry. For those who don't like to do math at home, 3 touchdowns. And this is a Louisville rushing attack that not only has a talented backfield, but a really good offensive line with a lot of veteran dudes. They added some guys in the transfer portal. That's been the recipe. And you're excited for what the passing attack can do. But I think what Coach Brohm has realized, we got a really good offensive line with some really good running backs. We're going to play some bully ball. And when they do decide to pass, they have an explosive passing attack. And not necessarily with Jack Plummer attacking the deeper third as much as it's just getting the football to guys in space and letting them go to work, right? Have the conversation about Jack Plummer. Do I think he is an elite college football quarterback? No. I think there's a reason he's a 6-year guy and he's not in the NFL. That being said, he knows how to run this offense. He does it at a high level. He's efficient. I mean, last game, 11 of 12, only threw 1 incompletion, 141 yards. But I think what makes this passing attack special is, one, teams are really trying to stop the rushing attack, which has been really good for Louisville. So it leaves a lot of space for these wide receivers to operate in. I mean, on 141 passing yards last game, 93 of those came after the catch. So what is Louisville trying to do? They're just getting the ball out to their playmakers and letting them go make plays in space. And that you can have a good passing attack relying on yards after the catch. It doesn't need to be pushing the ball down the field consistently if you can just get the football to them in space and let them make people miss. And might as well add, and I know Louisville fans know this, Jamari Thrash, the number 1 wide receiver for the Cardinals, wasn't even healthy against Virginia Tech. So getting him back, obviously going to help this passing attack as well. At the end of the day, you go to what your identity is. And it's a lot of college football offenses don't really have an identity. They got an average quarterback with an average rushing attack, and they don't really know what to do or where to go when they need some points on the board. Louisville has that, and they have that running attack to lean on. And when teams do want to crowd the box, they have playmakers on the outside, right? Jamari Thrash, Kevin Coleman, Chris Bell. They have some guys who can make plays. Getting to the pick here, Louisville 20-point favorites at home. They've been phenomenal at home. 20 points is a lot of points. I get it. This Louisville team is extremely good. I'm going to take Louisville to cover the 20 points. This offense really finding its stride with the rushing attack, going up against a defense that, again, has been really bad stopping the run. And then you look on the other side of the ball, it's hard to see a Virginia team that's bottom offense in the ACC moving it against a defense that is one of, if not the best unit in the ACC. Give me the Cardinals to cover the 20 points. This is a Louisville team that is extremely dangerous in the ACC. Very excited for this one. Appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. Again, if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.